Hey everyone, this is Ted Aguilar from Death Angel, and you're listening to El Expreso Radiónica from Bogota, Colombia. Stay metal.
Let's talk about the evil divide, 2016. So what do you remember for the evil divide, that part of the history of Dead Angel?
I love that record a lot. It's a lot different than like Relentless, The Dream Calls for Blood, and Humanicide. I remember recording that record was great. The songs are great. Andreas Kisser from Sepultura played a solo on Hatred United, United Hate. On that album, we toured with Slayer, Slayer and Anthrax in the States. And we did some good touring on that record. And, The Moth, which is the first song on the record, is my favorite song to play live. I love that song a lot. That and Lost is my favorite from that record.
It took you like 3 years and something to start working on the humanity side. So,
Yeah.
what do you want to tell us about that ninth studio album from one of the best thrash metal bands, Dead Angel?
Thank you, man. Thank you. Humanicide, well, there was a lot, just like all the other albums, we toured, and when it came down to writing Humanicide, we buckled down and write it, just like with every other record, after the Evil Divide, once that touring cycle was done and it's time to write Humanicide, we never look back. That's done. You leave it there, and we have to start new. And that was the record that, got us a Grammy, a nomination for a Grammy.
Yeah.
But we didn't get a chance to really, really tour for that record because right when we were getting started, the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we came back from Europe with Testament and Exodus. We were set to go to the Philippines to support Iron Maiden. We had a European tour planned, but the pandemic happened, and then when the world opened up, we continued a little bit, but it's that the last touring cycle for Humanicide is going to be in South America. That's going to be the last of the Humanicide touring cycle.
Alexi Lyle, it was one of my favorite guitar players of the new thrash generation. I
Yeah.
saw him in the 70,000 tons of metal few months before his death. And I was so glad that you guys invited him for that album. And what a great song.
We've toured with Children of Bodom in 2014. Rob Tavastani is a big fan of Alexei. His playing, Rob's very, very a fan of Alexei. When it came down to Humanicide, Rob reached out to Alexei and goes, "Hey, man," and they always kept in touch. And Rob asked him, "Do you mind doing a solo on the record?" And Alexei goes, "No problem." And he did a solo. I was like, "Oh my God, that solo was amazing." Rest in peace, Alexei. Rest in peace.
What do you remember for the two trips that you already did in Colombia, man? You play in two festivals here. You play in Manizales Grita in Manizales and here in Bogota for Rock al Parque. How did you feel?
I remember Manizales was, I think, August 14th of 2011.
That's right. Yes, sir.
I just remember we flew and we were landing, like the altitude was high, right?
Right.
And I remember we played and it was this big concrete place. And I just remember the show was crazy insane, Then when we played Rock al Park in 2017, it was Lamb of God playing.
Yeah.
It was a fun show. We had a great time, but I think we're doing a headliner this time around, right? We're gonna be headlining
Yeah, you do.
our own show, so
Yeah.
that's where it's going to be fun.
I'm not into festivals, I'm 58 years old, I like it in a different way. So you are certainly right, Ted. This time is going to be the time from Dead Angel in Colombia. So I'm glad because you're going to have the time. I hope it's going to be 2 hours, let's say 3 hours.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
but
yeah.
certainly, this is the time to see you as a band as you really are. So I hope you guys are going to take care of the playlist, because please.
It's hard, it's hard, but it's going to be a good set list because we know We haven't been to Bogota. I mean, we did, of course, Rockwell Park is a festival, doesn't count, but I mean, it counts. We played there. What I meant was we never played a headlining show in Bogota.
That's right.
So it's going to be our first time there. So we're going to have to really, I mean, we could play a lot of songs, but it's just going to be hard to pick the right ones to make sure. And we have to be prepared now because we'll play these songs, but we're going to have other songs prepared in case you guys want to hear more because, you know, I don't
Totally.
know. What song do you want to hear?
Oh man, I certainly like the first album, the ultra violence. I
Of
would
course.
say the evil priest. No, Bore for the next one. No, it's a lot of songs, man. Don't tell me that, please,
I
please,
know it's
please.
hard. It's
Don't get
hard.
me
It's
into
hard.
that. I'm an old
Yeah.
school Dead Angel,
Of
and
course.
I love the new album. This is for me one of the best in 2019 albums. I have a countdown named Top 25 Metal Detector, and you guys went number 10 in that year. So you guys are very
Thank you.
important in my show, and all the albums that you made. Since you start with the band, I've been playing them, for sure, brother,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you.
It's been 5 years since this last album. So are you guys prepared for a brand new Dead Angel album?
Yes, right now we're writing a record. You know, we're really writing a record. Then we started in beginning of January, and we're still going. We're still going, but we're gonna stop like maybe 2 weeks before we leave for South America. So we gotta figure out what set list we gotta play for you guys. We have to take a break from writing. We're gonna rehearse the set list. I'm not gonna tell you what songs.
Hmm.
Then we do South America all of April. Then when we come back, we're gonna take a week off. Then we're gonna continue writing because from May until August, it's perfect timing for us because Mark is gonna go out with Kerry King. After South America, Death Angel has no shows until we plan to record in September.
What kind of differences do you find in the metal scene right now compared so what you've been doing 5 6 years ago?
You know what's different? One, there's a lot of bands now. So many metal bands. It's
Right.
hard to
Crazy.
keep. It's crazy, and it's good and bad. But the good thing is, I'll tell you the good thing. There's so many metal bands that they're keeping metal alive. But the bad thing is, there's so many bands. It's hard to go through everything to find a good one. It's really hard. I mean, it's good that people want to play metal and they're starting to learn instruments and they're going back listening to the music and wanting to be a band, but there's a lot and it's really hard to find for me to find a good band. I don't have time to go to a record store and buy everything or buy CDs or and listen to it. The way I discover new bands is that if it's someone tells me, oh, you got to hear this band, or we go on tour with a band I never heard of and that's my chance to
I can tell.
see that band. I mean, it's not like back in the day where there wasn't a lot of metal bands, so it was easy to listen to everything. Now, man, I mean, look at your CD collection for Christ's sake.
So what do you want to tell to the guys, to the rockers, to the bands that are expecting Dead Angel for third time, but certainly like we already spoke the first time with the all set and with the
Yeah.
2 hours set.
Well, we want to tell everyone in Colombia, whether it's Bogota or Medellin, anywhere who's coming to the show, we seriously, we cannot wait. I mean, the last time we did a tour of South America was 13 years ago on the Relentless Retribution tour. That's how long ago it is.
That's a long
We've
time.
we always wanted to go back, but for some reason it didn't work out. And but hey, things happen for a reason. 13 years, it's better late than never. And we're gonna come, and oh man, it's going to be hard, but it's going to be fun trying to pick a playlist, a set list
I know.
for the show. We already know just from hearing from other people, from watching videos, that Bogota goes crazy. They go crazy.
That's
So
it.
oh, oh, it's going to be fun, but also scary for us. But we appreciate that from our fans, like especially in South America. We never met or run into or played to people who are, I think, the Latin American crowd in South America, and I've said this to people quite a bit, are the most passionate when it comes to thrash metal.
That's right.
And that energy, we feed off that energy, and it just makes a good night for everyone.
This is public radio, man. This interview is going to be on air from Pereira, Santander, Bogotá, Medellín, Cali, Riohacha, Barranquilla, and Santa Marta. So these
my God,
eight cities listening to you, and I know that it's going to be a peregrination, coming to Bogotá from all the cities to see Dead Angels. So thanks a lot, brother.
I just want to say again, we cannot wait to get to Bogotá because it's going to be not only crazy fun, but it's just going to be magical.
Thanks, bro. I love you.
Thanks.
El universo Radiónica en www.radionica.rocks.